Gosh, I guess it's time to do this whole Tfcon wrap-up video thing. Whew. Oh man, it's been 2 days and I'm still completely exhausted, and I think I've got a little bit of the convention crud going on. My throat kind of hurts, but everything else is fine. I'm just tired. Oh god. Okay, so it was amazing for one. That's the way to start it out. I mean, it was awesome. I had amazing times. I guess we'll just run through things and just kind of recount my experiences, I guess. So Thursday, I left here and I went to the Mid-America airport and I got on a plane with my mom because of my surgery. She escorted me there basically, and we waited about an hour or so to get on the plane, and it was a quick flight. It wasn't too bad, but we got to our airport. We were gonna get a quick hotel, but it turned out it was 1 a.m. when we got there, so we had to stay in the airport, and I slept like crap. I woke up at about 7, went back to sleep for another 2 hours, and then woke up and I had like just enough energy to start getting me through the day where I could be focused. So I waited, and Bert, the Stormtrooper, and Patriot Prime were going to come pick me up, and they came very far out of their way to do so, and I thank them very much for coming to pick me up. Here's the picture of them doing it. There was a whole running joke thing with the sign. It was actually pretty hilarious when I walked up and Mom saw the prison sign. So we all got in the car and we drove to the venue. And we were the first 3 there out of our group, and we just hung out. I went and got my room checked in, and then I went straight to their room. We started hanging out and shooting the bull. You know how it is. We got a few pictures, had a little fun, just caught up with each other. You know how that is. And then the next person to show up is Rodimus Primal. He comes into the room, and then right after that, Deluxe comes in, and now it's a party because now we've got 5 of our people here. And then later on in the evening, we have Norbert show up and Kato later. And then we had to go get Mike from the airport, Fire Talks. That was funny because he had 3 cases and it took forever for them to come down the conveyor belt. So we were there for a while. So me and Bert went and got him, and then we caught up with him and we had a good time driving back. But so yeah, Friday, I didn't do that many panels. I did the Bayverse weird like merchandising during that era, which, I mean, that's right up my alley. So I did that. That was pretty funny. Like shampoo bottles. I don't remember that being a thing at that point, but it was still funny to see a lot of that. But mostly Friday night was just mingling. We got in line and got our wristbands and all that stuff, and we just mingled for a while. Rodimus had a lot of us come over to his room, and we went through some of his old bins and bought a couple things here and there. And we'll get to that later with the haul because there's some good stories with that. Oh yeah, later in the evening we're just hanging out at the bar and chilling, and TJ Omega shows up and we start hanging out with him for a little bit, and that was cool. On Friday we also ate at this little patio place in the hotel. Like, this place was basically 2 hotels put together, and it was awesome. Like, there was this big tower. Like, it was kind of like, I don't know. There was like a big wraparound of like outdoor rooms, and then there was a big tower with the lobby and some more rooms above it, and then there was like the convention hall and the ballroom, and that was on the other side. So it was really, actually kind of really organized with how things were working there. And so we ate at that restaurant, and it was a good old time. We were cutting up and acting like hooligans and having a good old time. So yeah, that was mostly on the Friday, and then of course we all got to bed at like 1 or 2 a.m. and then the next day was pretty full on because the dealer room opened. And honestly, there's really nothing like a Tfcon dealer room. It was amazing this year. And that's when I found one of my favorite people on the planet.
early flight, which sucks. And I was like, well, it's 4 hours. I get back home at like 5 or 6 right now.
Yep, Jake from Transformer Land was there. They all were. Ben was there too. It was wonderful. Oh, I miss them so much. They're genuinely some of my best friends on the planet in this community, and that goes for everybody I hung out with there. They're all wonderful people. I love all of them like family. Big thanks to them. I'm gonna say it right now. Go look them up. If you do not shop at Transformer Land, you are wasting your life. Go buy something from them right now. Go. Come back and go buy something. So yeah, I got to catch up with Jake a little bit, and I bought a crap ton of stuff off of them, and I just went absolutely crazy when I got in there. I bought so much stuff. I spent a obscene amount of money this weekend. It was crazy, but I mean, I'm kind of satisfied with the stuff I got. We'll get back to that later. But Saturday again, didn't really do too much. We went to the weird Beast Wars merch panel, which we got to see the Optimus Primal shoes. And then there were also these little like Warhammer things that came out in Beast Wars Japan for the characters. They were like miniature Warhammer type characters that were unpainted and stuff, so that was kind of neat. Can you imagine a Warhammer game for Transformers? That'd be awesome. So that was going on, and then there were a couple art panels and the major actor panels. We had some banger people there this year, as always. They always bring on the good stuff. So it was Gary Chalk, Richard Newman, Bob Budiansky was here, Aaron Archer. Oh, Aaron Archer. That brings me to another story. So I caught up with him on the Friday night at the bar. He tells me that Night Watch Optimus Prime was not his intended purpose for that repaint. Aaron, love him and all, but dude kind of broke my heart there, telling me my favorite repaint of all time was not intended. Alex Milne was there from IDW. There was a few other artists. I can't remember some of them. But yeah, I'm sure they did the script reading. I didn't make it to, unfortunately. Dan Gilvezan that plays Bumblebee from G1, he was there as well. And Victor Caroli, the narrator. Oh god, that's why I really regretted missing the freaking script reading. That would have been awesome to see. But of course, I was too swept up in the mingling, so I couldn't do it. I also caught up with, let's see, who else? Like I said, TJ Omega. He went to a parts party with us Saturday night. Me, Jake, and Ben, we took him around, had a good old time. I really got to know him a lot better. I can finally consider him a friend of mine. So that was cool. I also caught up with Lio Convoy of Lio Convoy Reviews on YouTube. He's a cool guy too, really down to earth, really chill guy to hang out with and talk to. Also got to see Lazy Eyebrow. He was such a cool guy, and he's huge. I mean, me and him are like the two tallest people in the group. It was awesome. We also got exclusives from, let's see, Chosen Prime, Ages 3 and Up, and I believe that might be it of the den vendors, but I missed all of them, so I gotta order them online, which is a bummer because they are so cool. I don't want to pay shipping on that expensive of a figure. Oh my god. It was a slipstream from the Make Toys Seeker mold. Looks awesome. There was a shattered glass steel jaw. Obviously, big thing for me because I'm like a big fan of Fun Pub, so that was really cool to see. What else? Oh, and then they also brought in this really creepy looking Joker made from the Mastermind Creations Chrome Dome mold. It's not really my thing per se, but it was still really cool to see because now you got the Batman that they did and you've got the Joker. So that was kind of cool. And then they also sold the remnants of that Cheetor and Rosanna thing that I really wanted, and I didn't get it. And then Sunday came around, and we just kind of chilled out for a little bit. We took a big YouTuber photo, me being the most insignificant out of everybody, but I was still pretty shocked to see how many people came up to me and how many people subscribed. Oh my god, you people are amazing. I love all of you. Like, so many new people came in and joined the channel this week. It's awesome. I mean, thanks to all of you. We're already almost to 500. Like, we're climbing quickly. And it's really all thanks to you guys. I love all of you. This is ridiculous. I didn't even think I would get this far. But yeah, we took a big YouTuber photo, and that was really cool to see. And then so many people came up to say hello that knew who I was, and that was really cool. And then 2 o'clock was the big YouTube panel, and I tell you what, I had a blast answering questions and talking about just why we do this. And I want to do another one, honestly. That was so much fun. There was a strange moment with one of the questions that kind of took me out of it a little bit. If you were there, you probably know what I'm talking about. But overall, it was a fun panel. I really enjoyed it. And then the sadness came, and we all were sad because I had to leave and they had to leave. So we all gave each other hugs and got all the more pictures that we needed. And I grabbed a couple more robots and I hit the road. And we had to catch our flight, got in an Uber. But yeah, that was how the day ended. And honestly, I had so much fun this year. Thank you, everybody that was involved. I met Ultra Primal too. She's awesome. She was so cool. She was looking out for me the whole con because of my brace, making sure everything was good for me to be able to move around. Like, she was so helpful. I thank her so much for helping me out. Oh, I met Jeremy again. He was at BotCon, and met my old Polish pal that made Last of the Seekers. He was also there. They finally got the prototypes finished, so they were able to sell them at retail. That was great. So yeah, I had a great time at TFCon. So what do you say we get the toys out? Okay, I bought so much stuff. You're not gonna believe how much stuff I bought. This is as good a place to start as ever. It's right in front of me. I got to finish the trifecta of Cybertron Optimus combinations. I got a Leo Prime. I don't know which variant this is. I don't really remember off the top of my head at the moment, but it is cool to have it in Optimus Prime color so we can have a little bit of unification in the colors, you know. But I am honestly a really big fan of this mold. I've handled it a little bit, got to mess with it some. It's not as bad as people say it is. Like, I've heard people say it's not that great. It's really okay. There's nothing too bad with it. Like, yeah, it's a little bit proportionally weird in robot mode, but oh well. The lion mode still looks absolutely awesome. Like this roided up lion, like the pig in Family Guy. Oink. Most of the time, I'm not like a lot of guys. I do make a shopping list and I go in there looking for certain things. And this was the highest thing on my list because I had missed out on the pre-orders and everything. I got Legacy Armada Optimus Prime, and this thing is so cool. Oh, yes, it's so nice to finally have this figure. It's so much fun. It's so substantial and solid. Like, there's no hollow bits on it. It's weighty. Like, this thing blows Mini Prime out of the water, and the ratcheted knees, the ratcheted everything, except for up here. The arms aren't ratcheted, but everything else, like the legs, oh my god, that's so cool. Such a good figure. The thing I noticed about this whole trip is I really didn't grab any movie stuff, like all that many. But one thing I did grab because I needed to recomplete my collection of movie stuff was Movie Voyager Blackout. I forgot how fun this toy is. Like, it does the whole Cyclonus thing or evac thing, and it just like flawlessly just spins this without any absurd noises or anything. I love how this works. And then you push the little button and Scorponok would drop out. If he was here he is, little guy. I could have a little family of Scorponok sooner or later. But yeah, he's awesome. I miss this figure so much. Had him as a kid, and now I'm glad to have him again. Now comes my most expensive purchase of the weekend. Energon Unicron. Didn't have a Unicron yet of any kind. I just had to do it. This is what my, like, you did take Armada in the 25th or the 30th anniversary one that they did for Amazon all day long. I wanted my undead Unicron. This thing's color scheme is so unique, and I had to have it. I had to go in on it because, I mean, why not? It's complete. It was in the box actually when I bought it. I bought it from Transformerland, but I had to collapse the box because a Supreme class figure was not going to fit in my case to fly home. So yeah, it's complete. It's got everything. Dead End was in here. He's over there now. The missile's all in here. You see him. The mouth thingy. Yeah, I'm very, very happy. And yes, it does have the big blow up everything chest missile. But yeah, this is one of my favorite things I got this weekend. The next thing I got from actually Diecast Norbs, he gave me, well, sold me plus a trade of Super Link Reverse Night Screen. This thing is so cool. It's so pretty. So, as you know, it's the Japanese version of Energon Starscream. Well, this thing basically takes the first and second versions of the American figure and just merges it together. And this is slick looking. I mean, translucent plastic's a little bit worrisome, but I don't care. This thing still looks absolutely awesome. And it came with the Insecticon weapon thing, you know, and so I put the star on there to save some space. But yeah, this thing is sweet. I'm so glad I got this. So thank you, Norbert. Got 2 of the 3 Classics Mold Seekers. These just came from a booth. Well, this one came from Rodimus, and then this one came from a booth. I got a good price on both of them, so it wasn't too bad. Both of them complete. Both of them have their null rays and everything. But yeah, this mold I've never handled before, so it's really different to see them after holding the Earthrise version. And I don't know why people are complaining about the Earthrise version. These ones have aged. Like, they're still really cool to hold and stuff, but like, yeah, they've aged a little bit. And it's just nice to have a bigger version that's a little bit more solid, you know, because like, these are mostly ball joints and they kind of flop around a little bit, but yeah, it's just nice to have these for research, but they're still pretty cool figures. Another dealer room purchase for the movies. This was the one that I actually went looking for so I could review it, because I had a sealed one and I don't want to open it. But I have Skids and Mudflap, the Ice Cream Twins. My mom actually found this in the dealer room when she went and bought a weekend pass to get in. It was the only thing she went in to look for because she wanted me to review it, because she thinks they're stupid, but they're funny. So now I have loose racism and sealed racism. So yeah, that's cool. I'll really definitely get to review these, and I'll buy the Toy Hacks decals now. Okay, moving on. So now we can tell some of the funny stuff. So we started out talking in Rodimus' room once again. I bought a lot of Unicron Trilogy off of him. So this is Super Link Shock Fleet. He made sure to tell me that this was the Super Link version. He sold this to me, but the stipulation was I had to get another figure too, because I kind of wanted it for research purposes, but then again I didn't, and so I ended up doing it anyway. Yep, it's true, I got an Armada Sideswipe. God, this thing it's so bad. It's one of the worst figures ever made. However, we had a lot of fun with it. Well, at least one person did.
Feed my pee-pee, Seymour. I am the best transformer in the world.
What do we call this?
Feed my best transformer in the world.
Yeah. And what is this action called?
This is the pee-pee chomping action.
Feed
my pee-pee, Seymour.
with arm-raising action. You guys sound like you're constipated. You're talking about these awesome
Teacher's Pets action. I know the answer, Mrs. Teacher.
And for that reason, I actually went and bought Bert another one. It was really funny to see him do this. I mean, he actually gaslit people into thinking like that they wanted this thing.
Best transformer in the world.
Yeah.
Crazy, and I mean, it made me appreciate it a little more, to be honest. But this was awesome. Thank you, Rodimus. This was a really fun part of the weekend. Little turn back to the cool stuff I got. Universe Treebot. This was the last Classics Autobot mold that I needed to complete the set. Well, it wasn't a repaint anyway. So, yeah, this thing's awesome. I've never got to handle this mold at any capacity. Jetfire, the Henkei version, nothing. This thing is so cool. Just the robot mode is awesome. This whole thing, and it also, if you get it out, it does Garwalk. It kind of does Garwalk. I mean, you kind of, yeah, it Garwalks. So cool. Now we're gonna switch some gears to some fun pub stuff. First off, on the Friday night before we went and ate, I bought a stepper figure. Oh, this thing is so cool. So, you know I have a real big thing for this mold as jazz, but this just makes it even better, honestly. This color scheme helps. The Target Master, right? Like, oh God, this thing is so cool. I'm kind of surprised they're splitting up BotCon sets now. Like, this guy had his whole Fun Pub collection for sale. But this one was more in my price range before I went crazy in the dealer room. But I just had to have this. This thing's so nice looking. So I actually did something really irresponsible, and I bought not one, not two, but 3 whole versions of Ruination. Actually, one of them does not have a, I believe an armor hide and a Rotor, Rotor is it? I don't remember what his name is. It's the Vortex mold. But yeah, it's missing one of those, and it's weird because I almost bought the desert version from Transformer Land 2. I need to get that one because it's complete from them. I believe they'll hold it for me, but yeah, this is the one I wanted the most. But I also want the desert version because I want to do a bigger video on all the versions of this, because Walmart and I believe Target got a bunch of variants of this thing. I believe there's also a green one maybe, but I have to look into that. But yeah, this is really cool to have because I never got a G1 combiner in any capacity. So it's nice to finally have this. And this color scheme is just so cool. It's unified and everything. So yeah, it's really nice to have 2 versions of this right now. Speaking of combiners and back into the third party scene once again, I got the Superlink version of Superion, as well as the Crossfire upgrade kit separately. I've always wanted another shot at the Crossfire one. I had the Revenge of the Fallen version when I was younger, but I had to move it on because it was starting to fall apart. But this is nice to have again, and even though the shoulders are still a little bit limited, this thing still looks awesome with this upgrade kit. The visor really changes the look of the face. I mean, I still love this Superion head, but the visor just makes it even better. And then, this looks so cool. I also got the Bruticus upgrade too. Oh, this is so cool because I have the Superlink version of Bruticus as well, but this one was at Chosen Prime with the whole upgrade kit. It was actually wrapped to the box in like plastic wrap, so like it doesn't have the other Vortex and it doesn't have the other Brawl, but whatever, I have those, so like it's not a big deal. So yeah, this is really cool to own. I'm definitely gonna have to review this. There's no way I'm not going to, because this is absolutely awesome looking. I also got the Iron Factory Drift, that newer one that came out that's in like IDW colors. I was actually in the process of transforming it before I made the video, so it's a little bit crumpled up right now, but it's really good looking. I like how this looks. Totally blame Deluxe and Kato for this one, but I got a New Age David. This thing is so cool. It's like a miniature MP44. Oh, and it's so complex for its size, and I mean, it makes sense when you realize how much it was. But it's in here, and it's comic colors, which I had to, and plus it was cheaper than the one with the trailer, so I wanted the comic color one anyway. But this is a really cool figure. It might force me to have to go in on more of these because I already got the Cyclonus over there. Now this one was I was kind of peer pressured into buying, but I'm glad I did because I really wanted to take a crack at this mold. It's the Beast Wars Japan Metals Optimus Primal or Beast Convoy. This thing is pretty. I wanted the 2-pack, but it was like $300. It had the Megatron in it that doesn't have GPS. But I'm glad I did the Optimus Primal. This will look really good with my other Beast Wars figures. While we're here, I might as well talk some smaller stuff I got. I got this Cyber Key from TG Omega. I actually got 2. One of them is for that toy guy. He asked me to pick that up for him. Ultra Primal gave me a little nice sticker of her OC. That's cool. this thing is really cute. I love her OC. It's like a female 6-shot, so that's really cool. I got this 3D printed Star Saber from, oh, I can't remember his name. I feel really bad right now. But this thing is awesome. I need to get that name from Patriot Prime, but this guy's talented. This thing's nice and like pliable, so like it's not gonna break easily. But yeah, it's a little bit tight fit in the hands of like an Optimus Prime, but it still looks awesome. Just had to screw it in a little bit, but man, this thing is cool looking. Some more small things. I got the full team that interacts with Cyclonus for the Minicon, so that was cool. I was so excited to finally get to try these on Cyclonus, because like I've never experienced them before. So yeah, now I've got 2 full Minicon teams that can interact with Demolishor and Cyclonus, so that's awesome. Oh yeah, these. Hoist threw these at me literally the first day we saw each other. These are guns for my Legacy Lyle Convoy, and they are so cool. Like, I cannot thank him enough for these. But yeah, I can't thank him enough for these. These are so cool. Thank you, Hoist. These are, I'll say it again, these are so cool. Also, from Fire Talks and Hoist's booth, I got a build your own roller that is light sensitive with the resin that he used for the 3D printing. And I got one's over there, Wrecker handles, or Wrecker hammers. So yeah, those are really cool. Thank you guys. Taking a quick look back at FunPub, I got BotCon Pirates vs. Knights DevCon. Yeah, I was really excited to get some old BotCon stuff. So that's one thing I really went and looked for at the con. Somebody beat me to a pyro and clinch, and I'm so mad that they did, because that was on my list. Those are like 2 of the most sought after BotCon figures for me. So it was really unfortunate I couldn't get those, but hey, DevCon's still cool. I think that one's better than the Legacy one in my opinion. Coming down to it, we've got Thrilling 30 Springer. I've had a lot of people complain about this one lately, and I don't really know why, because I picked it up again after not owning it for a while, and this thing honestly is better in my opinion than the Siege one. It's way more solid, holds together a lot better, but I really don't know why people are complaining about it. And this one's complete as well. I got the sword and gun over there. But yeah, I'm really happy to own this guy again too. And then one last trip to FunPub land. We got FunPub Lyle Convoy from Uprising. Oh, it's so cool. Now I've got Death Charge and him, so now they can fight it out over the Uprising. So yeah, it's so cool. This is a good mold anyway, but to make it a Cybertronian Lyle Convoy is just even better. Yeah, I really like this thing. It's a 10 for me. Cybertron Crumple Zone. Oh, this one had to go with me this time. I found him actually in a parts party. He doesn't have the Cyber Key, but come on. Do I really need another Cyber Key? I mean, every other one works fine. Not to say I didn't get Cyber Keys, because I did. I totally bought some, but yeah, the gimmick still works fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with him. He's perfectly fine. I mean, it's great. He just doesn't have his missiles, but we'll live. Ooh, also, we got Masterpiece Sunstreaker. You know, I saw this in there, and with his price, like, he was loose, but he was completely complete. He had chip in the faces and everything. But it just occurred to me that, like, $120 really isn't that much for a Masterpiece anymore, especially one of this quality. Like, he's one of the better new ones, and he's also one that kind of bridges the gap between the super G1 accurate articulated early stuff like MP10 or MP Sideswipe, and then the super show accurate stuff like MP44 and stuff like that. So this one really was a big pickup for me. Plus, he's one of my favorite characters from the show, and I had Cordon, and he's cool, but I just wanted the standard release, so that's a nice addition. And the last figure in my haul is a very important one to me. You guys might recall that I'm a big Nightbeat fan, and I still, to this day, say we have not gotten a decent Nightbeat figure in the modern age, because the Fans Hobby one sucks ass because it broke real easy. The Throwing 31 is a big fat liar. And we still have yet to see the X Transbots one, but I'm very hopeful for that one because it looks amazing. But my big purchase of the weekend, G119. I had to do it. I mean, I love this thing. It's so cool. It's a G1 toy, but man, I had to, like, he's my favorite character, man. I couldn't not do it, you know? He's completely complete. He's got his weapons. He's got his headmaster. Does the speed strength thing. But yeah, I mean, I had to do it. Nightbeat's my favorite Transformer, and I never had a chance to own the G1 one until now. So yeah, this was my holy grail purchase of the con, and I'm so glad I did it. And he is just as cool as I thought he would be. So yeah, everybody, that's my haul. I had a great time at Tfcon. This was a wonderful year. This is basically becoming my yearly routine now, going to Transformers cons and visiting with the bros. But thank you to everybody that came up and said hello, and thank you to everybody that's been supporting me all this time. I mean, 253 subscribers. This is insane. But hey, we're getting ready to do a new video, and this one's gonna be a big one. Well, for me anyway. It's not gonna be a long one, but it's gonna be a fun one. I think you guys will all like it. So till next time, keep growing your collections, and I'll see you next time.
Now, never mind the mess.